You know what? I wasn't gonna make a video about this, but then again, I thought about it, and it's better if I do make a video about it. All right, I want to talk about recently people at NASA and like the science community are trying to claim that dark matter is some kind of matter that fills the whole universe or 85% of the universe, but then again, they don't know how big the universe is, so they can't really tell of the percentage of what is what, and they've never even proven that this dark matter even exists. So they're pushing a theory that space is cold and that it's cold because of dark matter, but then they give no actual explanation for why that matter is cold. So it's like they have no idea what they're talking about. So to get to it, what they're claiming is that dark matter is a antimatter kind of thing that has a negative charge, and that they claim that it's like a Einstein Bose condensate, which is a total joke because space is cold, but space is not a liquid. If it was a liquid, you would be able to tell that it was a liquid, because like the ocean, when you go into the deep ocean, it gets completely black. You won't see anything around you because there is no light. That's because light doesn't permeate the darkness down there. So that right there should prove that light does not travel forever through anything, because it has limits when it comes to the darkness, like of the depths of the ocean. And then it also proves that if it was a dense liquid, which you would see it in the density, that you will not see the light of distant galaxies through space because it would be dark. So please learn, the difference between darkness and transparency. All right. So that's one thing. And the real dark matter theory is that it will not interact with light or normal matter. Like Vera Rubin's theory of dark matter is that the only way you can see it is through gravity. And see, they claim that now they're claiming that cold matter is pushing in on the galaxy from outside the galaxy, and that this cold matter is dark matter. And that's just these people just they have no shame to how low they will go to try to push this theory. So what they're trying to claim is that these things, that space is made of axions or antimatter or antiprotons or positrons, all of which have never been actually verified. They just think that these things exist. They've never proven them in a lab. Like antiprotons is it's just a theory, man. I mean, just like anti-electrons, they were trying to say anti-electrons and stuff like that were positrons. It's like you don't even understand what you're talking about and how the original experiment explained what a positron was. I'm not going to go into that right now, but that brings me to the quintessential theory, or whatever they're trying to call it, that's linked to dark energy. Now theorists were originally saying that dark matter is linked to dark energy, and that dark energy is powering the expansion of the universe from the inflation of the Big Bang theory, which they claim is a theory where a singularity formed and caused a Big Bang to send matter throughout the whole universe. And as this matter moves from the Big Bang, they claim that it just keeps on accelerating. It doesn't lose any momentum or anything else like that. But that's just false, because when you look at a supernova, when a star goes supernova, it will explode and then it'll come to a dead stop from the rate of its explosion. That's why you see a nebula or a supernova remnant of the original star. And then these things are basically like static. They don't move. They're not expanding. So the theory of inflation and the Big Bang being the proof of why the universe is expanding is completely, wrong. I mean, just go and take a telescope and look. So originally, people were trying to take the definition for ether and use it for dark matter. And they're trying, like, the original ether theory is that space is made up of airs or skies. It's Greek. And that's how you have this separation. You got the skies, the heavens above and the heavens below. Then you have the water, the earth. Then you have the core, which is the fire. And all of these are in a balance. So, and the air always rises to the top, just like the cream always rises to the top. There's no, it's simple physics, okay? I mean, so anyways, for ether theory, it claims that ether or the airs permeate the whole universe. That means everything, like matter, atoms, chemicals, everything. The air is inside of all of this. And if you actually take some bonds of like regular matter or anything else like that, usually they're bonded together by some kind of air. I mean, atoms in nature here on Earth do not just stay by themselves, basically. They always have a partner. So that's the air. And there are various different kinds of air in ancient Greek because they were referring to the gases. Just like on the periodic table, there are various types of gases. And that is the ether. Like, it's also a part of alchemy, and it's also a part of classical physics. I mean, there's no avoiding it. You cannot get empty space. Empty space is physically impossible. If you try to take a vacuum and you try to take all the air out and make a pressure differential, it will cause the container to collapse if it was an actual vacuum, because there's no way that you can have an empty vacuum in real science or in nature. So that concept is not even possible. Space is filled with the airs or the ether. So this whole theory of like dark matter and all this, mumbo jumbo about antimatter that hasn't even been proven, and it's just blown out of proportion way too much, dude. Like, and then they've been giving people awards for this stuff, and it's like, man, none of this stuff is even real. Like, in the future, people are gonna realize that none of this stuff is real. So you are wasting time, you're wasting people's educations, you're not giving them the proper education that they're supposed to use to understand this stuff. And then you wonder why people are lost or they don't understand what's going on. And that's not done by me, that's done by people that just don't want to admit the truth. And they want to keep on perpetuating some kind of theory that doesn't even make sense if you actually look at it.